right. I've got a couple of things that I want to make on my menu today. Oh, I forgot to grab my menu card. Do I need it or should I just guess? I think I'm just gonna guess actually. But I'm meal prepping for the luteal phase of my cycle, which I tried to put the chart, the woman code chart of like what foods to eat during each 4 phases of the cycle. So there's cabbage and celery, apples, and pork, and actually I don't know if pork was on there. I think it was beef and turkey, but I am going to use pork, and I am going to use beef. So let's get started. Need noodles, onions. I'm gonna grab some cabbage. Celery and ginger and my freezer garlic. Freezer garlic. Pull out my meats. And my eggs. Ugh. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I made snack bowls last week and they were great, and so I want to make them again because I need to eat celery and I cannot stand eating celery. So how am I going to get myself to eat celery this week? I'm going to make egg salad and scoop out and use the celery as like chips. So I'm going to boil some eggs. And last week I did the noodles first and then the eggs. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to boil the eggs first and then boil the noodles using the same water. So I'm going to be making egg salad. I'm going to be making hoisin beef noodles and some type of like bratwurst, cabbage, onion deliciousness. I don't know what to call it. I'm just making it up because it tastes good, and it includes the onions and the cabbage, which are going to be good for my luteal phase. Now, I saw someone on the TikTok do a thing with their egg before, actually I'm going to boil this, before putting their eggs in the water to boil. They just did a little crack like that. I don't know, apparently it makes it easier to peel at the end. Oh, there it is. I heard that one. Oh, there's that one. How many do I want to do? I've got, okay. Oops. 5, let's do 8, 10, 6, 7, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so I'll add those to my water once my water is boiling, and then I'll set a timer for like 12 minutes. Last week, I was really hoping that my daughter would eat watermelon and cucumber, and she did. She absolutely loved it. So I've got watermelon and cucumber again, and I'm just going to mix them up into a little salad, pop that in the fridge. Super easy. I hadn't really gotten her to eat cucumber before, so I was really glad. And then for myself, if I want to get all fancy with it, I bought some mint, and I can add mint to my salad. So last time I bought a watermelon and that was fine. I carved it, but I'm saving myself some time. And I just bought it already chopped. And then I'll chop up the cucumber. I'm trying to see also how fast I can get all of this done because I have about like an hour and a half. So I'm gonna try. Again, quick tip when you're cooking and chopping vegetables, because I'm making hoisin beef noodles, which will require a lot of chopping. It's always good to chop your stuff before you start cooking. Have your garbage next to you. And I was really proud of us because we were able to eat all of the cucumber and watermelon last week. I didn't have to waste any of it. So, if the toddler liked it, it's toddler friendly. So I said in the caption that I wanted to talk about dreams because I quit smoking weed recently, and my dreams have, they're just off off the wall, man. I'm a big dreamer. I'm a Pisces, and since I quit smoking weed, I've just been having more and more dreams. And when I was chronically smoking, I would still have dreams. But when I was younger, when I was like 16, I would have predictive dreams, and my dreams are like starting to be predictive again. But small things, not like huge things, small things. Like in my dream, I was waking up late, or I was late to walk to school in my dream. And when I woke up, I was actually 10 minutes late waking up. And that's how long it was in my dream. I was 10 minutes late in my dream. And then also in my dream, I was doing my daughter's hair, and I was told how to do her hair. And then when I asked her how to do her hair this morning, she wanted it done exactly how it was done in the dream. All right. So this is a little snack for my little girl and myself. She loved watermelon and cucumber, so I'm just gonna mix it together and get her to eat her cucumbers. And that's just gonna go straight to the fridge. If I had more time, I have leftover rice, and I would make fried rice, which is my favorite. Sorry, I'm seeing someone walk in front of my driveway. I'm always curious. Okay. So we are going to chop. Hola! Thank you for the hearts. We've got my water boiling. We're going to do eggs, and then we'll do noodles, and we're going to chop everything for... I'll start with the carrot. I'll start with the hardest one first. So I'm going to do hoisin beef noodles. And for that, you need your carrots cut a certain way. Hold on, I need water. You gotta hydrate. So you want them in matchsticks. So when you're cutting matchsticks for this dish, I cut at an angle, and I cut thin slices like that. And I'll do that all the way through the carrot. How are you? I'm doing okay. I've actually had a, oh my God, extremely productive day today. How are you? And you're cutting them this length, kind of at the diagonal, so that you can have them nice and long, so that you can create those matchsticks. All right, I'm just gonna move them to the side, and I'm gonna work in small sections. So I'll take the ones and I stack them on top. So they're like this, and you're gonna cut down like that to make little matchsticks. So they're nice and thin, and that way when you're cooking them, they cook quickly and they cook evenly. Now, if I were making like lasagna, not lasagna, sorry, like spaghetti or like a bolognese, I would then turn the matchsticks and then I would dice them again to make like little squares to hide vegetables in the sauce. But I don't need to hide vegetables in the sauce. My daughter, she'll eat these noodles regardless of vegetables. So this recipe is super simple, super easy. It's from Marion's Kitchen. She's awesome. I love her recipes. They're so achievable. And if you like cooking Asian food and learning more about Thai food, and she doesn't just do Thai, she does a lot. I really suggest her channel because she's great and she's amazing. All of her recipes are like, that's the thing I like about her, is they're such achievable recipes. And my family, one of my their favorite things that I make is fried chicken that I've made from her channel, and it's just amazing. Thank you, Jenna. Hope you have a great weekend. It's always nice to put the water on while you're chopping your vegetables. So you can be working simultaneously. All right, last little bit. All right, carrots, done. All right, little bowl for carrots. Carrots are like, that's like the hardest part. So that's out of the way. Hi there. I'm making hoisin. Well, actually, I'm making a lot of things. But I'm meal prepping for the luteal phase of my cycle to help regulate and balance my hormones through the food that I eat, so that I can promote a healthy menstrual cycle. So the next thing I'm gonna cut for, just did carrots in little matchsticks. And next I'm gonna cut an onion for, I actually don't like this knife. For onions, I'm gonna cut an onion for that same dish. This dish requires onion, carrots, and cabbage, and garlic. I would say with this dish, the hardest part is cutting the carrots in a matchstick, and cutting the onion. It's like really easy style of cutting the onion. I'll show you. Because you have that matchstick, you're gonna want the onions long as well. And after I'm done chopping, I put them in separate containers because the way you'll see it when I do the cooking process, when you cook it, they go in at different times because they cook at different times. So like the onion will go in first because it's going to take longer. I like the way it cooks down, and then you'll put in the carrot and then the cabbage. Very fast, very simple. I'm just going to slice it. Another thing, if you're like making this on a weekday and you want it to be done really quickly, I just have my things cooking a little bit out of order and I'm just getting my stuff out of the way. You would have the meat on while you're cutting your vegetables and have the meat cooking down. Ooh, the eyeballs from the onion. My goodness. Onions. And then next is cabbage. Okay, I'm gonna put those over. Alright. And for sake of what I'm already doing an onion, this second onion is going towards my second meal, which is going to be a bratwurst cabbage onion deliciousness. So that I can get in my diet more cabbage and more onions for my luteal phase. Which for some women, the luteal phase is one of the most brutal parts of the their menstrual cycle. Some women during their luteal phase get what is it? Is it PMD? I think, where they go through depression for like, and some women can be in their luteal phase for a week to 2 weeks. And just randomly, because of your cycle, being depressed for a week or two just out of the month because of your cycle. Oh, goodness. Same method for my bratwurst cabbage dish. Just quick, easy slices. Hi there, welcome in. I'm just meal prepping for the luteal phase of my cycle. Adding a lot of onions and cabbage. Gonna incorporate some celery as well. Ginger and garlic to help me promote happy hormones leading up to menstruation. I'm gonna grab a bigger bowl. Set these off to the side. Ooh, it's hot. It is hot. I'm gonna go turn on my AC. And I need to find my card for these hoisin beef noodles so that I can have the sauce down. Where is it? No, it's not in here. No. No, is it this? Nope, nope. Well, let me go find. Well, dang, I don't think I wrote it down. I think I just go and find it. Nope. Yeah, nope, okay. Oh, wow. Well, okay then. But I do need to make a sauce. And so I'm just going to guess. I need oyster sauce. I need hoisin. I need sesame oil. Dark soy sauce and vinegar is my guess. My water is boiling, so I'm dropping my eggs. The eggs are for egg salad. Just put those on for 12 minutes. I just want them cooked all the way through. That's the goal with those. Now I'm gonna make my sauce. Pretty sure it's 2 oyster sauce. I'm just guessing. And 2 hoisin, which I'm just going to use the rest of the bottle because it's almost gone. This is for nice glossy noodles. Have you ever seen the trick where you go like this to get it down? Did I hold it the right way? No, I didn't hold the right way. Start of the show, the hoisin. I'm gonna have to add this to my grocery list this week. I'm actually gonna put the amount of vinegar that I'm supposed to use and the dark soy sauce in there and swish it all around. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that vinegar in there. And that tiny bit of dark soy sauce. And shake it up to get the rest of the hoisin out. See if that helps. Ooh, not much. Soy sauce. All right, and this is my sauce for my noodles later. My hoisin beef noodles. All right, last on the choppy list is cabbage and ginger. I'm going to do my ginger first. Just going to take a spoon and peel my ginger. Ginger is on the luteal phase list. Oh, I love fresh ginger. It smells so good. When I was, before I had my daughter, I would intermittent fast and I would have 1 meal a day. And I would make this like garlic and ginger and spinach thing. That was so yummy. This is kind of old ginger from my fridge, so I'm taking off all the nasty bits. And then I'm just gonna dice it up. But I would do it with spinach, or I would do it with cabbage, and I would eat it with rice and like chicken sausage or something. And that would be like my one meal. Sometimes it depended. I think that was the meal for my luteal phase. It just depended on which phase of my cycle was in. When I started intermittent fasting and eating for my cycle, I started losing weight. Go figure, right? Why are there people walking in front of my house again? I started losing weight, and in about 3 to 4 months, I was down 30 pounds, and my cycle started to be normal. I was starting to get a cycle every single month. And I was also trying to get pregnant, and after 2 cycles of a normal cycle, I got pregnant. And I really like to thank my friend's mom, who's an OBGYN. I was helping her organize her garage, and she told me, you know, Teresa, you start with 5 pounds. She said, even 5 pounds will help you. I was struggling to get pregnant, mind you. She said, even 5 pounds will give you a greater odds of getting pregnant. And I was like, all right. And so that's what I went for. I was like, okay, the goal I'm going to strive for is just 5 pounds. And then 30 pounds later, I was pregnant. And I found out, because I was actually trying not to get pregnant at that point, because I had just started a job. And I found out I was pregnant because I couldn't maintain my fasting anymore. I literally thought I wasn't going to make it. I would be so hungry. And I was getting used to having my one meal a day. And when I couldn't maintain it, I was like, what's wrong with me? Am I sick? And I thought back to the nurse at the college. I went to an all-women's college. And anytime a woman had a cold and showed up at the nurse's office, she'd give them a pregnancy test. So that's what I did. I took a pregnancy test, and sure enough, I was pregnant. So if you are struggling with trying to get pregnant and you have PCOS, these recipes, creating your own recipes, and following this food chart and focusing on just 5 pounds at a time will help you regulate your cycles and have your odds go up, be greater. All right. Ooh, cabbage. So I'm going to use the whole, well, I think I need 3 cups of cabbage, but I think I'm going to use the whole thing. One for one dish and one for the other dish, so there's none left over. And I'm not wasting any. I'm going to chop out the core. All right. Alright, I need a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use the whole thing. This is the boring part. This is the chopping part. But it's the realistic part. So I need about 3 cups of cabbage, and I'm going to call that it. That's going to be good. And my garlic from the freezer is manageable, so I'm going to pull out a little cube to put right there, and then one for my beef noodles. All right, my boiled eggs are almost finished, so I'm gonna grab a bowl, put ice in it to put my eggies in an ice bath so that we can stop the cooking process so that I can peel them faster. I'm gonna pull my eggs out. Set you right there. And I'm just gonna fish out my eggs. And I'm just gonna repurpose this water to cook my noodles for the hoisin beef noodles that I am making next. Anyone else in there? No. So next, now that these are in ice, I'm gonna fill it up with water, and they're gonna take a little bath and cool down, so that by the time I'm ready for them, they are good. They're nice and cool. So those are gonna take a bath right over there. So I've already chopped everything that I need to make my noodles. Let's start making the hoisin beef noodles. So that water is already boiling. I'm gonna use maybe 3/4 of the pack, and I'm gonna drop the noodles, and I'm gonna heat up my cast iron. Actually, lies, I'm using a wok. I'm gonna start heating up my wok. All right, wok goes on at a super high heat. Cut open my noodles, put 3/4 in. About 3/4 noodles in the boiling water. Put my other noodles away. Cut open my beef, get my beef ready. Get in their noodles. I'm curious if the water, which I'm double purposing the water, is going to taste different, or if the noodles will taste different because boiled eggs were in here first. I don't think it will. We'll find out though. We'll find out. But I'm trying to be efficient with my time and efficient with my resources, right? All right, so I'm pushing those all down so they're all covered. And we're just gonna let those noodles cook. My pan is heating up. Opening up my beef. pan is heating up. I use peanut oil. You can use whatever cooking oil. I wouldn't use olive oil. I would use like a canola if that's what you use, but my body likes peanut oil. So I'm putting a generous amount of peanut oil in there. I'm going to make sure the entire pan is coated. And let that continue to heat up. And my noodles are furiously bubbling away. And I've got everything already chopped up and ready. I've got my onions ready to go, I've got my carrots ready to go, and I have my sauce ready to go. So while I'm here, waiting for that to get even hotter, I'm gonna refill my peanut oil. Which it looks like I'm about ready to refill on my large portion of peanut oil. Alright, nice and refilled. Alright, that's from that. I can see the reflection of the smoke and the reflection on the wok. But I can see that the oil is ready to go, and I'm going to drop my meat. I'm going to grab my preferred squisher device. Alright, so I'm going to throw my meat in. And I'm going to smash my meat down and move it all the way around the pan for a flat surface. So I'm breaking up the meat and I'm pushing it down and flattening it down so that it's all flat and even. And then I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to touch it. So I'm flattening it and bringing it up the sides into an even layer. Flattening it to an even layer, bringing it up the sides, and let it cook away. And it's important that you have it at a flat, even layer so that it cooks evenly. And then leave it alone, don't touch it. Leave it alone, don't touch it. Let it cook, let it get charry. Now let's go, we're gonna chop more cabbage for my other dish. All right, so this is for the hoisin noodles. And then I'm gonna chop more cabbage for my bratwurst meal. Chopperoonie this in half. I think I'm going to save this edge and make this really delicious roasted cabbage dish along with this one, even though this one's kind of going bad. She's a little wilted. But they're just going to go back in here. taking out that core, and start chopping away. We can just do that. The thing about cabbage is it cooks down really nicely. All right, I'm done chopping. Yay! At least done chopping vegetables. All right, these are my bratwursts for later. As soon as those noodles are done, I'll start the bratwurst. That's how we do with meal prepping. You got 2 meals going at once. Okay. Bring it back over. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what we got set up here. I'm making hoisin beef noodles. These are the vegetables that go in it. This is the meat cooking down, which don't touch it. Keep cooking it. And these are the noodles that are going to go into it. Hydrate. These noodles cook fast. I'm going to take a noodle out and see if it's finished. Not quite finished. Don't touch the meat. I want to, but I'm not going to. Oh, I lied. I'm squishing it down. But just let it be. Don't do what I did. Don't touch it. Just let it be. I guess I can clean up. I'm like, what do I do now? We'll do some washing. Don't fall. Move my eggs. I gave myself an hour and a half to do this, and I'm really curious, so I'll get it done in time. With about a 10-minute cushion time. Grab my strainer. Check the noodles again. Don't touch that beef. Don't you dare touch it. Are those done? I feel like they are. Yep, those are done. Turn the heat off. Drain your noodles. Come with me. In the sink. Drain the noodles. Woo. All right. Now the only thing that may be weird about cooking these noodles with the water from the boiled eggs is that there's some chunks of boiled egg in there, which is fine. It's just added protein to the hoisin beef noodles, and that just means more protein for my daughter, so I'm not really against it. So next thing's next. I'm gonna heat up my cast iron for my cabbage, onions, garlic, and bratwurst. Okay, so with the bratwurst, I want to get some really jammy onions, so I'm going to turn the heat a little bit lower. I'm going to put it on like low medium heat and let my onions slowly cook, even though I'm a little pressed for time. That's okay. Don't touch the meat still. Still don't touch it. Do you see how long I've gone without touching it? Don't touch it. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of oil to my greasy, beautiful cast iron. And we're going to throw the onions in and let them get cooked nice and slow and get all jammy. We're just going to add some salt and pepper. And those are going to slow cook. Those onions. Okay, now you can finally touch the beef. I'll show you. You see when I lift the beef up how brown it is right there? That's exactly where you want it. Now you can start moving it around and mixing it. And chopping it up. Yikes. All right, now that meat is done, it's gonna go really quick, right? So we're gonna add in our onions. start moving the onions around with the beef. Now that the beef is cooked all the way through. You're going to let these onions cook for about a minute or two before you add in the next one. All right, next I'm going to add my garlic. Just a cube of frozen garlic from the freezer. Just going to toss that in. Again, mix it around about a minute. Alright, next you're going to add your carrots. Carrots, again, swish around for a minute. I'm making hoisin beef noodles, and then I am caramelizing some onions right now. Add in the carrots and start mixing around the carrots for about a minute. Smells amazing. Alright, it's been about another minute, and now we're adding cabbage. Add cabbage. And now start mixing around the cabbage for about 1 to 2 minutes. Alright, moving back over to these onions that are cooking low and slow. I'm just giving them a nice toss around. Because what's better than bratwurst and caramelized onions? I mean, are you kidding me? Alright. So all of my vegetables are incorporated. And now I'm going to add in my noodles. And these noodles do have a little bit of egg in them. That's okay. And I'm going to cut the heat. Oops. And pour in my sauce. start mixing. Incorporate those noodles with all the vegetables and the meat. The noodles are nice and glossy from the sauce. There we go. All right, and then the last part, you could put spring onion on it, but I don't have spring onion. You're gonna drizzle on some sesame oil. I'll drizzle the last of my jar of sesame oil. I'm just gonna add a little more. Ooh, last of that jar too. Oh, and a little bit of white pepper to top it off. A little white pepper. Give it one last mix, and then I'm going to store it. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to bring this over. There is no room on my counter. Let's move around these jammy onions again. The trick to caramelizing onion, low and slow, low and slow. Traveling eggs. I'm going to lower the heat just a little more on those onions. All right, hoisin and beef noodles complete. I have to take a bite. A little bit of everything. I got some noodle, beef, cabbage, a little bit of onion in there. This will last you all week. You can have friends over to help you finish your leftovers. I like to have my brother over. Ooh, that's a mess. That's okay. Mmm. Oops. They're so good. I'll pick up those pieces that fell. All right, spatula. Get all the goodness. Sorry there were no measurements for the sauce. I kind of just measured with my heart. So good. I need another bite. All right, this is one luteal meal with all the, ooh, a little piece of egg. Even with all the vegetables, my daughter loves this. She loves the noodles, the flavor. I cleaned my hot pans right away. I'm scrubbing. My onions are still going, getting all jammy. All right, one meal complete. Hoisin beef noodles. They're delicious. And now I'm going to go back to my caramelized onions. Oh, that's so good. That's probably dinner tonight. I've got beautiful jammy onions. I'm going to add a little bit more oil and then add my cabbage. And let these onions continue to get jammy and delicious. I'm going to throw in the cabbage. Salt and pepper, and let it cook slow. A little oil, pepper. Let that continue to cook slow and slow. that continues to cook off, we will clean up and then focus on egg salad for the snack bowls. First, I want to clean my surfaces. Add some soap to your washcloth. Oh, interesting. There's some work going on next door. All these cars keep driving up. It's not this house. How's everyone's day going? How are you doing out there? You doing good? Sorry, I'm squinting. There's someone out front. I'm being nosy. Safety has its reward. That's what's on the back of this guy's shirt. Looks like they're delivering sheetrock. I have new neighbors next door. They're doing something over there because there was something about golden retrievers, like we sell puppies. Like, so you're getting sheetrock delivered and you're gonna get a new puppy? I want to see a puppy in my backyard. That'd be awesome. Go in the dishwasher. Never let it go. Never let it go. Have me a bowl of those beef noodles. Weird. Weird. Right. Clean my surface. Get myself ready for making an egg salad. Get rid of some of these washcloths. I have onions and cabbage over there getting all nice and jammy. All right. Let's make some egg salad, shall we? Mayonnaise. Relish. Mayonnaise. What else do I want? Mustard. Salt, pepper. Go. A little drinky drink. Hi there. If you just, ooh, goodbye. Peeling some eggs right now, making an egg salad for a little snack bowl. I bought some celery, and I really don't like eating celery, so I'm going to force myself to eat celery by making egg salad. And use the celery as like little chippy dips. Alright. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yikes. She's deformed. All right, last one. So I'm going to do a technique with this that I wanted to try, and I always forget, but I remembered this time. I'm going to cut these open and take the yolks out and mush up the yolks on their own. Usually I just like do random chopping. But I'm going to try something different. My onion and cabbage mixture smells like top ramen. It's amazing. Okay. All right, take my yolk out. Yolk. Ooh, I only use 7 eggs, so it's going to be like a small portion of egg salad. Oh, got a little bit of a jammy yolk there. You were in there for 12 minutes and you're still jammy? My goodness. I'm cutting it close to my time limit, but I think I will make it. I may have to save cooking off my bratwursts for another time, but the vegetables, which is the longest portion, will be complete. And cooking off bratwurst with the toddler, that will be simple. Very simple. I'm going to use a fork to mash up my yolks. Make an egg salad. I'm mashing up the yolks first. You can get that all nice and creamy. So I think I'm going to do about a loaded tablespoon and a half. A little bit of mustard. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Just mix up the yolk and get that nice and creamy. And then I'll add the whites in. Let's add in a scoop of relish, just that much, not a lot. Add in some red pepper flakes. I like spicy. Is there salt in? I'm gonna add a little bit of adobo because I like it, and some extra pepper. Mix that in with my yolk. So I haven't even put in my whites yet. I'm curious how this is going to taste. It's going to be kind of awesome. So I'm just going to chop up my whites, then add them in. Just a rough chop. Just using a butter knife because these are boiled eggs. Just a, like I said, rough chop. All right, let's add it in. All right, no need to mash it. It'll taste delicious. I'm just gonna, okay then. I will definitely be doing this from now on when I make egg salad. It's nice and chunky with the white pieces. And, oh my God. What? Okay, so this is the intention behind this egg salad, right? Because celery is supposed to be good for, celery is good for your luteal phase. Luteal phase. Oh my God, I can't open it. This is the intention of this. This will get me to eat celery. Oh my God. Do the yolks first, and then add the eggs. Do the yolks with all of the mayonnaise, the mustard, however you like to make your egg salad. Wow. Let's go check. This is my onions and cabbage, just getting all nice and soft and cooking off. I am going to cook my bratwurst separately later. That's fine. I just want to cook these off. And I have garlic and ginger to add to this mixture, but I'm going to let this keep going. Nice, slow and slow. So I did my hoisin beef noodles for the week for my daughter. This is going to be for me, and I'll cook the bratwurst separately, so she'll also eat those. I got my egg salad that I can eat with celery, so that I'm getting that celery in my diet for my hormones. And yeah, that's the snacks and meals. Oh yeah, and I did watermelon and cucumber at the beginning. Those are snacks and meals for the week for my daughter and myself. And this is for my luteal phase of my cycle. Okay, well, I'm gonna sign off because I'm really close to time and I need to crack out cleaning. So thank you for joining me. If you are joining me, thank you for the likes, those who liked. If you want more cooking meals on how to eat for your cycle or talk about PCOS, I like to go live when I'm meal prepping. So, till next time, thanks. Bye.